This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 596. When it seems like the entire world disagrees, do you question yourself? By Merlo-Booth of Merlo-Booth.com. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm Joss Marie, and welcome back to the show that's all about helping you optimize your relationships. And before we continue, have you ever tried to learn a new language but quit because it got too hard? Babbel makes learning a new language a painless process, and I'll share more about that right after today's narration. But first, Babbel has 14 different languages to choose from. And right now, Babbel is offering our listeners 3 months free with the purchase of a 3-month subscription with promo code ORD. Go to Babbel.com and use promo code ORD on your 3-month subscription. That's BABBEL.com and promo code ORD. And today, I'm super excited to share Lisa's post on trusting your gut and instinct. So let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. When it seems like the entire world disagrees, do you question yourself? By Lisa Merlo-Booth of Merlo-Booth.com. In terms of parenting, I often feel as if I'm up against the world and the world is winning. Whether it's about PG-13 or R movies, T or M video games, paintball guns, airsoft guns, texting, cell phones, or whatever, there are always 10 other kids who are allowed to do more than my children. It's a constant battle with everybody. Even the parents who I bet would have the same values as I don't. Inevitably, I end up questioning my own values. Am I too old-fashioned, too strict, too fill in the blank? Unfortunately, this questioning does not help my parenting. Nor, by the way, does it help in life. Throughout the years, I found that women are particularly prone to this type of self-questioning everywhere in our lives. We may start out feeling strongly about an issue, concept, or incident. However, we often cave when challenged. Not only do we cave by turning things on ourselves. We begin to think that our thinking is wrong. We start to talk ourselves into believing the alternate view and then try to get comfortable with what we know to our core doesn't feel right. Here are several examples of this dynamic. Number 1. When Brandy asks Tom to spend more time at home, he responds by telling her that he works as hard for her. He tells her to get off his back and stop guilting him into feeling bad about not being home more. When she tells him the kids want to see him more, he tells her that's her job and the kids will be fine. Brandy has begun to back off. After all, she's a stay-at-home mom, so the kids do have her. Besides, her husband is a hard worker. Maybe she is being unfair? Number 2. Sarah was livid when her husband said he was going on a weekend biking trip with his female friend from work. When she confronted him about this, he said she was crazy to think that way. He was clear that his coworker wasn't the least bit attractive and he simply needed a biking partner. He was adamant that he was going and that Sarah needed to get a grip on her jealousy. While he was gone, Sarah began to ask herself why she was such a jealous person. She wished she could be cool with this situation and started to feel bad for her husband. And number 3. Sally did not like it when her friend Tammy drank. Tammy would start swearing like a sailor at anyone and everyone who upset her. She would become loud and out of control in front of her children, friends, and even coworkers. When Sally tried to talk to Tammy about this, Tammy laughed at her and told her to lighten up. Tammy said Sally was a stick in the mud and way too uptight. Tammy said she could speak however the well she pleased and Sally should take a Valium. Sally began to question if perhaps Tammy was right. Maybe she did need to lighten up. After all, swearing wasn't really that big a deal. Besides, most children have heard it all before anyway, right? Women need to know something. When it doesn't feel right, it usually isn't right. All the doubting, reframing, and second-guessing in the world is not going to change that gnawing feeling. Why? Because that gnawing feeling is called instinct. Too often, women numb their instincts. We do this for many reasons. Fear, we don't want to hurt someone, we want to be liked, we don't trust ourselves, and so on. Rather than trusting our instincts and risk upsetting our loved ones, we take the hit ourselves. Perhaps we think we're misreading something, or we're too sensitive, or fill in the blank. Basically, when others question our instincts, many of us cower. Over time, cowering takes its toll. We begin to trust ourselves less and less, others begin to doubt us more and more, and we make ourselves small. This creates a ripple effect of self-doubt, insecurity, ineffectiveness, and damaging relationships. Human beings are given the gift of instincts as a source of protection. They are like our beacon in the fog. They keep us on track and protect us from troubled waters. Ignoring them is a foolish, unsafe practice that puts us at risk. If your gut is telling you something, listen. If you begin to question yourself, then run your instinct through the instinct tester. Pretend your best friend was telling you the same story you're beginning to question yourself on. Would you tell her she was crazy and being paranoid? Or would you think she was right on? For example, if my friend told me her boyfriend is going biking for the weekend with a woman from work, I'd tell her she's crazy to question herself, that it is absurd for him to do that. If, however, she said he was going golfing with the guys and she thought he should never go out without her, well, you get the picture. Bottom line, stop numbing your instincts and instead hone them. They're a gift and your beacon in the fog. Challenge. Pay attention to what your instincts are telling you. Learn to listen to those nagging feelings, see those red flags, and hear the rumblings our world is sending you. Also, pay attention to all the ways you deaden your instincts. When you begin to question yourself, run your instincts through the instinct tester and trust the answer. You just listened to the post titled, "When It Seems Like the Entire World Disagrees, Do You Question Yourself?" by Lisa Merlo-Booth of lisamerlo-booth.com. And thank you once again to our friends at Babbel. Learning a new language has always been fascinating to me. I have some friends who are multilingual, and all of them say that you have to use the language often to be able to remember what you've learned, which has been pretty true in my experience. Babbel makes retaining what you learn a fun experience. Their bite-sized daily lessons range from 10 to 15 minutes, and the lessons focus on interactive dialogue. Multiple studies have proven that Babbel's teaching method is highly effective. You can use it online or as an app so that your progress syncs across different devices. And there are 14 different languages to choose from. Plus, right now, Babbel is offering our listeners 3 months free with a purchase of a 3-month subscription with promo code ORD. Go to Babbel.com and use promo code ORD on your 3-month subscription. That's BABBEL.com and promo code ORD. And also, thank you to Lisa. Let's just remember to trust our instincts as they're there to guide us. And that's all for today, folks. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great one, and I'll see you again tomorrow with 2 posts from Courtney Carver, where your optimal life awaits.